Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What is on my freaks and peeps? We're here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Please excuse as well, because just before I came on, because I am late, and I know that Paul's in the other room. Made fun of me earlier, and he's like, "I'm gonna hear the classic saying if you don't get up, because you'll go on stream." I'm so sorry I'm late, because apparently I always do it. But again, I'm so sorry. I'm late. There is a reason. I did come on time. I was online on time. The problem is my PC has decided to have a meltdown. So if the stream is interrupted at any point, I apologize greatly. I'm not really sure what's going on. It's just sort of decided that it would rather just end itself, and I don't really understand why. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. What is on? What is on? It's us. Hello, Mina. Hello, Emperor Cape. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Lovely. Yes, indeed. Whee! Yes, and so thank you very much, Mina, for the sub, the 9 months total subs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate. Oh, by the way, did you talk to loading? I did. I did. I can't do it. Truth is, the problem I have is organizing stuff like that. My schedule pretty fixed at the minute. It sounds so shit because I want to be like, yeah, I can do it, but at the minute I'm so stressed out. I kind of have, or else I'm gonna have a but realistically, loading for anyone that's confused, loading has offered to do a game with myself and a couple others, and I had to turn around and say I couldn't do it because, well, for one, offered to do it at 8 p.m. at night, which if you didn't know, I go to bed at 9 because I have work at 3 a.m. So I couldn't do that. And then they offered also to then do it at a different time. But the problem is that my days are pretty like set in stone. So other than doing stuff in the morning, I can't really guarantee that I'm available. That's a problem, which sucks because I would love to stuff like that, especially. Um, but yeah, and I'm so sad. Oh, you're fine. Just making sure. I know, but I really want to do it. That's sad. I know I could make time. It's hard. It's hard to explain. I have to kind of stick to my schedule. Scheduling sounds like I've actually got like things set out, but I'm trying very hard to reduce my stress at the minute, and by doing that, I'm trying to stick to it. I'm not trying to stick to it too hard because if I do that, then I won't get out of it. But at the minute, stuff sort of started piling up, and I'm going through burnout, and it's fantastic. And every I'm losing. Sounds like this is such a deep conversation to answer this, but it's the truth. But yeah, long time no see, lovely people. Welcome, oldest man Rod. Haven't seen you in a while. Ain't seen you around these parts for a while. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. So hello. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so good day, lovely people. What am I thinking? I need to talk about things. I could talk about things. I've got a lot of things I would like to talk about. Probably won't do an hour long talk, but you know what happens. I'm not gonna promise anything. I was supposed to look into the next game on our rotation this morning, and I didn't because, like I said, I had a bit of a time conflict, so that's on me. But I will be sorting that out at some point soon. So don't worry, I have looked into it, but I haven't done it. So we have a game lined up. It is not a Steam game, or it was a Steam game. It's not anymore. So I'm working on that. And I'm gonna see, how long that's gonna take to complete, and whether or not we do it on Thursday or Monday. Because if you didn't know, Thursdays are my variety days. Mondays are dedicated to long form long-term playing games, so hence why we've only done two in the 2 years, almost 2 years that I've been streaming. So we've done like Minecraft, that was a long-form game, and then we've done Stardew Valley, and that's been sort of long-form, even though it's not supposed to be, but it has been. So, um, and we're only continuing it just because I want to. I do have another one lined up that's like long-term game, but this is the thing. I need a new computer. I have the money for the computer. I am pretty like ready to do the computer side of things. The problem is that um I just, like I said, burnout right now. I'm trying to just keep things like streamlined, and other things need certain things happen, and I'm just not able to make any progressions. It's kind of hit the fan. As you guys know, with I got diagnosed, and it should have been the best moment of my life, and it's just very much been a bit of an uphill battle to get people to acknowledge that it's a good thing. But I've got good news, people. I've got good news. I've got good news about that. So, I know you're on. Oh, working. My computer could barely render Mimi's giant assets before Steve. Oh God. Yes, that is a. That does sound like Mimi. Mimi's model is like insane. Like I'm always like envious of the girls, like auntie, but like everyone's models are so like detailed and beautiful, and I'm just here like I made this in 6 months on a computer. I never done anything like it before, and then I sent it off to someone else, and it's like they're like all like magnificent. I'm just here like I barely knew what I was doing. That is like this is the problem as well with going through burnout. Is like I'm frustrated because there is so much shit I want to do and so much shit I want to get along with, but it's just kind of hard at the minute trying to balance like my IRL job and also like streaming and just getting stuff like that done. And the logical thing would be to take some holiday, and I got holiday coming up, which I will talk to lovely people about at some point because I've got a lot of things that week. Even though I feel like I should take the other week, but I just don't want to. Like that's a lot of holiday. But yeah. Well, I feel that too. Oh, don't be jealous. It's not jealousy. It's like admiration, sort of jealousy, where I'm like, oh man, I don't know what it's called. What is it called? Where you're like envy. That's what it is. It's like, oh man, like that's so like. Wish I could do that, but like I also just admire it from like an artist perspective. I guess that's what it is. And maybe it's like from an artist perspective, I'm like looking at other people like, wow, someone's come up with that. And I'm just here like, I barely scratched the surface, and by now I thought that maybe at some point working on a model, and I'm not. I hate to disappoint you guys, I'm not. It was on my rotation for a bit. It was on my current like need to do. I think last anniversary. It just ended up falling through just due to time constraints, and also due to just the person I wanted to get to do it was unavailable at the time, and I have since like not been able to find. So I will probably get on with it at some, but it doesn't matter anyway because I need to do stuff like that. And that's on me. And before anyone's like, let us help you, because I know what Mina's like. Let us help you with the computer. I have the money for the computer. The money for the computer has been set aside for quite some time. It's been set aside before I moved. It's there. It's available. It's ready to go. The problem is that I need to get things like a logo done before I do it, because part of getting my PC built, where I get it done, which is through that I've used before, and I trust with this. I'm not really in. I just don't have time to sit down and like go through that. And also, if it breaks, it will be my fucking world, and I will never forgive myself. So it's just easier for me to get someone else to do it. And the company I'm going through, which is Cyberpower, they offer like a laser engraving on their glass, and I just feel like I would be stupid to miss out on the opportunity to get my logo put on the logo. Uh, um. Meanwhile, I drew mine in paint and slapped a cat scratching post as a head. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the word envy. Word envious. Yeah. Nothing with a little envy. Keyword envy. Honestly, love Mimi, but definitely a little envious of her success. I'm innocent. She lies as easily as she breathes. Yeah, no, Mimi's done really well for herself, but Mimi's also kind of this is just like just what I've like seen other people do and I'm comparing it, but it's like Mimi's managed to do that thing where she hypes up her channel with model reveals, and she's found a niche and she's very good at it. And we're still all trying to find our niches, and that's fine. But yeah, Mimi's like skyrocketed. Right, like nice to watch. Like it's just like it's not even envy at this point. It's just like wow, like someone made it, and that's like really exciting. Like it's just nice. It's nice to see like it's nice to see your friends succeed. Like I think when you're like that's all you want in the world. I don't think that there's anything that brings me more joy than seeing who I love. It's nice. It's really um envious but seriously happy for her too. Yeah, yeah. Healthy envy. It's like, oh shit, like that's so cool. Like it's that kind of envy. It's not like a oh, why it's not like that. That's not how we're looking at it. It's genuinely like, wow. It's like a good envy. I don't know if there's a word for that. I'm so sorry if this is not making sense. We're really happy. And it sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but I'm really not good at being sarcastic, so I hope you guys get that. It's not sarcasm. Um super proud of her. She's keeping to her niche. Yeah, like she's really like sort of I don't know if the Warhammer stuff is the right stuff, but that's the niche that she settled into, and she's done really well with that. It's not something I'm into. It's something Paul's into, but I've never really like managed to do anything. My problem is I'm trying to do variety too hard, and it's just because I'm not good at keeping like one thing at once, and also because my interests tend to not be revolved around gaming sense of like my interests are very um they're a bit too niche, if that makes sense. Like there isn't something like uh it's like I would cater to a certain audience if I tried down into it, and realistically I'd run out of content. And that's the truth. Like and that's coming from a place of like what I'm thinking my current interest is Monster High, and it's like yeah, I could do gaming content with that, but like I'd run out because there isn't really anything other than the history stuff, and we all know how I feel about that. Um, and The Sims is another one, but again, The Sims is a very niche thing that kind of takes a lot to get like really into it. And I would like to expand on that more. It's just sort of not happened. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because like I think I promised myself when I started streaming that Sims was not going to be something that I did, because it was sort of a special interest that I didn't want to turn into a job. And then it's kind of become the one thing that maybe I should knuckle down into, maybe more the console stuff. So I might do that, but like it probably again is going to be the thing. Like I will run out of content at some point, and I can see that end sort of. There is like an end goal, whereas like with Warhammer and stuff, there is an end sort of, unless you get bored of it. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. But I need to figure something out. I mean, I would like to do more Sims stuff. It's just kind of difficult coming up with because also I'm maybe not the best person to stream playing The Sims. Like I'm not really good at doing the whole like I really like building, but like no one wants to see that, and people when I did building stuff, I didn't exactly feel like it was the sort of thing that people kind of coming in and being a bit like uh it just was like not really working kind of thing. And so if I was to do actually have like a storyline to go with it. However, I have options with that, and I'm not saying I won't do it because I've got ideas that I will complete. I'm just saying it's not something that I think I can forever. But yeah. No, I get it, Jasper. Warhammer isn't my thing either. I've never doing really well with it, and that's the wonderful. Twitch is genuinely a gambler's fallacy. Most people quit before they hit big. Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing it to get big. I think that's the problem. I think everyone kind of comes into this with like, oh yeah, it'd be nice to get successful. Some people go into it with like, I need to be successful at this. And I'm over here like, really don't need to succeed in it. I don't know. I can't speak for the other girls. I don't know if they're all in for pleasure or promotion. I don't know. For me, it's like I'm over here like I just did it because I wanted to do it, and yeah, I do have to work at it because else it will become relevant and people are bored. And there's that side of it, and it is work, and you do have to work at it. And I don't want to like, I don't want to not make the most of the opportunity I've been given in that I'm now affiliate. So that's where I'm looking at it, and that's why I'm like trying to like stuff with like branding and stuff. So there's that side of it. But it is like it's kind of like if you're gonna go into it with the idea of success big, you're never gonna get anywhere. And that's like that's a it's sort of it sounds so generic, but it's like it's genuinely such a such an easy platform to like do stuff on. It's not easy well on Twitch specifically. Another thing is like from what I understand is that most of people's success on Twitch hasn't actually come from Twitch directly. If you only do one thing permanently, you never get anywhere with it. And that's why things like social media are important. TikTok is a big part of that. As you can However, it is something that I did for a while, and it's something that I want to keep up with. I just cannot schedule it in at the minute. This is the problem that I deal with. It's like I could fully like do stuff. The problem is it depends on how well I am mentally to make content, short form content. As you guys know, like I don't really produce many YouTube stuff, but then on top of that, I now have an editor that I could get to do that. But in order to give net work, I need to actually have an idea, and I don't. That's the problem I deal with a lot of the time. And that's why we've only ever had one video from Net. Sorry, Net. It's genuinely like, I'm like, I could make the most of this, and I just won't. Also, because I don't pay Net. Net came to me with the has to do free editing for me, and I felt so guilty about it. I put off answering him for ages, and then eventually I was like, I think this he would like to have under his belt. Say he did, so I said yes. And then we did one video, and it did really well, and I would like to do another one. However, I cannot. Yeah. Dude, I'm a one trick pony where I'm like trying really hard to just like I'm trying very hard to like keep just life afloat at the minute. That's why I'm just not very committed to the social media side of things because I genuinely can't like commit to anything at the minute. It's terrible. Sounds like I'm trying to be depressing, but it's like no, it's just a thing that's going on right now. I will probably pull out of it at some point and I'll be able to like do more, but I don't know when that could happen and it might never happen, and that's just the reality of neurodevelopmental disorder. The problem is I need VTubing to become my special interest for a bit or my hyperfixation for a bit, which it used to be when I started, which is why I managed to power through making a model in 6 months. And then I did it for a long time and then I burnt out, and that burnout sort of happened around the following year, so February. We all know what happened in that. I've not really caught up since, which sucks. I've not really caught up to that since, but so much has happened. Like I've had some pretty big life changes. I lost my bird and then I got out of a relationship I was in at the time, and then and then things, but then I had relationship streaming, and it just sort of kind of all caught up with me, and now I'm really behind, but I'm trying. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Sorry. Streaming is hard. I've been at this for 8 years and I'm too all over the place to stay in a niche, and that's fine. Like, and I think that realistically, if you can niche down and enjoy niching down, that's great, and that seems to be what Mimi's able to do. The problem is, the problem is for myself, and Mina probably can relate to this from what you're saying. is that we can't enjoy doing one thing forever. So it's sort of hard to kind of it's sort of hard to niche down in those, because it's like, you know, what do you niche down on that you can actually commit to? That's something that I can't make a conversation with about. I could probably get away with doing it with The Sims, because The Sims is my special interest. Monster High is another one of my special interests. It's just they have to be my special type of fixation time for me to actually get any enjoyment out of it. That being said, Skyrim is another one. I don't talk about this very often because it's dead in the water for quite some time, but Skyrim is another one of my special interests. And specifically Skyrim, not like the Elder Scrolls, but Skyrim was one of my special interests for like years. And I will at some point do something with that. I just hope that would be the second thing. Us having a lot of stuff needs. I've got plans. But yeah. You should look at games and find ones that you can sit down and enjoy. Yes, and I do have games that I've got in mind for doing that. The Sims, Monster High, and Skyrim. The problem is that I think that I worry a lot of the time that if I niche down into something and force myself to do it every week, I will stop enjoying it, and I need to get over that anxiety. Because it's not true. It's not what happened. But I just myself that it does, and I don't really know why. But yeah. I just want to get a nice groove happening for my mental health. I just want to stream regularly and be able to reach out to people about my special interests. Yes, and that's what I want to do too. As you guys know, like the burnout sort of happened, and now I've been diagnosed with autism, and it's sort of like I should be getting better now because I understand myself better. The problem is that that should have also come with adjustment in my day-to-day life, and it hasn't. However, I am getting there. We will move on to this topic of conversation because I've got an update for you guys that I think will make people happy. But I do have like about with that. But yeah, it's like getting out of autistic burnout. It takes a long time. Autistic burnout. It's from what I understand from what other people. It's not like you go through a week of like go through a burnout for several years. I'm in the middle of that, but like it's just trying to like grip onto one thing. Feel like it's like like you're rock climbing, you're doing great, and then you fall, you let go. It's like you start just sliding down the like heavily like surface, right? And you just gotta get like your grippers in somewhere, you know, and you gotta hope that that's stable enough to hold you start climbing again. But like realistically, you do gotta rest, you know? You gotta be like, okay, I gotta stay here for a minute. It's just finding stable ground to grip onto so you can recover for a bit and then get back into getting better. And that takes a lot. Especially when you've fallen down the mountain from being exhausted. If that makes sense. I hope that analogy makes sense. I'm never gonna blow up. I refuse to use this Skibidi Brain Rot app. Which one is that? Is that TikTok? I love TikTok. It's not because like I know it's like very much brain rot for a lot of sense, but like there are some gold stuff on there. I use TikTok to partake in my hyperfixations and special interests, and that's why I enjoy the app. But I want to make content on there because I enjoy making content on there. I just haven't done it since I got shadow banned. If you didn't know, I used to post like not regularly, but like a bit more consistently on there than I did on anything else. And my recent thing got shadow banned. And if anyone's like, how do you know you got shadow banned? It's because it didn't get pushed out anywhere, like at all. It just didn't happen. And what did happen though is that I would get views on it and it would have views, and then I'd go back like the next day or an hour later and all those views would be back down to like a certain amount, and it like a glitch. It was really weird. And that's when I realized it had been shadow banned. So basically like the app's not actually telling me how many people have seen it. And it's probably restricted my content quite heavily. So what needs to happen is I need to take that video down, and then I need to edit it and then re-upload it and then re-upload something else. so that I can get a bit of a more consistent thing going on. It's not because I also used to put it on other platforms when I made a TikTok video. I don't think I did with this one, just because it just because it didn't do well on that app. Like I didn't see the point, and also because I knew that I had to edit it at some point, and I just haven't got around to it. This is like getting me into I really want to do this now. I will find time for it if I can just get one thing done at one point. Hopefully, I can get better, but I will get to that. Mimi's success comes from her shorts on YouTube. She's gaining following on there, and that's coming back to her streams. Yes, exactly. She's doing really well on both TikTok and on YouTube. And that's where she's niching down into, and that's great. And that's what we all should be doing, but I don't have the level to do anything right now, so that's why I haven't been. But it does work. It's so stupid, but it works. And it's probably the one thing I think most successful streamers will recommend you is you want to get successful, you need to not focus on one thing. It's like you should focus on one thing in content, but you shouldn't focus on one thing in social media. Like you shouldn't focus on one social media platform. You can have a main social media platform like all of ours is Twitch. We're all Twitch, but we can't limit ourselves to just streaming on Twitch and then never do. See, I'm fully aware of it, but do I do it? No. Do I do this? No. Do as I say, not as I do. But yeah, it's up to you. If you're not into TikTok, I completely get that. There are other apps that you could do shorts with if TikTok's a thing, but it is the better way to do it. It's so annoying to say as well. And also because I get really annoyed about editing softwares. I have to edit my videos on the app itself because obviously CapCut gets recommended a lot, but that's AI and I'm a bit too stressed because fucking know how I feel about AI in any sense of the word. Hello, baby! welcome! Good to see you, good to see you. We were just talking about you. Honestly, it's down to how much effort you put in. The more you put it, the more you put in, the more you get out. Yeah, and 100%. I just can't do it at the moment. But yeah, it's not easy. But Mimi's doing really well for it. Same. Okay, VTubing is hard. What exactly is VTubing? Huh? Is VTubing gaming? Making the VTuber talking, reacting? Yeah, that's the weird thing. Like with a VTuber, a VTuber is just the name we use. What you see on the screen. It's like how we say PNG tubers for ones that are just like a talking icon. But you can't do VTubing content. There is no specific to content, just like there's no specific content Twitch streamer. Just the truth of it. It's just a bit more niche than streamer, if that makes sense. It can happen. Okay, I do use TikTok a fair bit, but I use it for my blogging. I am on TikTok every single day, without fail. Do I ever edit or post anything on it? Do I fuck? But should I? Yes. And I just need to get back into the groove of doing things. It's, I'm just not caught up. I'm still in shell shock about moving, dudes. I have ADHD. TikTok will fry my brain, and I will be powerless to stop it. That's a fair reason to technically use money to make money. Yeah, it's investing, isn't it? This is so true. Also, hi, Mimi, talking about your amazing success. Speak of the devil, how are you playing us? Net really wants to make edits for you. He mentioned him being your editor, his self in Discord, give him work. We just talked about this. Net is amazing for wanting to do my edits. The problem is I have to have ideas to give him work. This is the problem. This is the problem that I'm constantly talking about, and I'm so apologetic to Net because Net's great, but like realistically, the reason I don't utilize Net is just because I have to actually be able to give him ideas, and I don't have any. Is the problem because I don't really know anything about what's good and what would do well. Realistically, I've got one thing that maybe I could get him to do, but it's just hard. It's just like also because I did enjoy making YouTube videos, I just don't have time to like sit down and specifically for me, like handing over the baton is hard. But like I need to. I just don't know what to give him. It sounds so pathetic, but I'm genuinely don't really know how to explain what's going on with use him. Yes, exactly what Mimi said. Yeah. Yeah, I need to. I just want. Also hi everyone. Hello. So TikTok has a way you can make captions in app and it's pretty useful so you can do the clips and just add captions. Yeah. Don't edge porn Net, let them edit for you. No. I've seen it, it looks good. Clipper, is a simple start. Yeah, I mean I enjoyed making TikToks. I really do enjoy it. I just don't do it at the minute. I don't it's not right. I'd like to just stress and get people to understand right now. Like the reason I'm not doing stuff is not because I don't want to. It's because I physically can't get the energy like basic things at the minute. And that's just the truth of it. I don't want to make this into a rap story. I'm just trying to like survive. I don't really know how to say it other than I'm just trying to keep my head above water right now while I'm drowning, if that makes sense. Like I'm really trying to I'm trying to give myself like a list of things to do. It's just when you kind of hit a hard bit, it's really hard to keep going with. So that's where I'm at. I couldn't be me neglecting to use my clip button using my own stream. Make them after. Yeah, watch your VODs back, people. That's like a lot of the clipping I used to do was because I used to because I edit my VODs. Another thing is that I do commit to like every single stream I do as a VOD. I have never not uploaded a VOD since I started streaming. If you go back to very like oldest videos, that first thing on there is the first stream I ever did. There's only one stream on my VODs channel that isn't available, and that's just because it's the general public. It's available if you're a sub or a gifter. Not a gifter. If you've got a VIP in the channel, and this is on the Discord. If you've got VIP or you're a subscriber, you get access to it. But it's Mina and my karaoke scene. That's the only one, and that's just because it's copyrighted. That's the only reason it's not available. But like every single VOD I've ever, like every single stream I've done has got a VOD on there. They're not the full VODs, all of them. I will say there are several that have had like quite big sections cut out for various reasons. Sometimes because I've doxed myself accidentally. Sometimes because I've said something that after the fact I maybe thought might not be the best thing to put on my channel, kind of thing. And then sometimes I've had to edit out complete like hour-long sections, as in the last I did AI content. I had to upload that VOD without, just because I didn't know how I was supposed to mark it on the algorithm. Like I didn't want to get slandered for playing a game that had AI content. So there was that. But every single every single stream I've ever done has got a VOD on my VODs channel. That's always been available. It's always going to be available. I would be, if that VOD channel goes down for any reason, I would literally, you would never hear from me again. It's the archive of my work, and there is no like, if I don't have the archive, I don't know if I could cope with like anymore. And I put a lot of effort into those VODs, and it's so stupid because no one watches them, and I'm fully aware no one watches them, but it is just because something that really, I don't want to say annoyed because that's not the word, but like something that kind of upsets me when I watch other VTubers specifically or other streamers is when you go onto their VODs channel and you want to find something particular and they're missing like huge like chunks of like time on their VOD uploads because they just haven't like uploaded them. And that's always like, how do you see the progression of events? Like, how do you refer back to events? So for me, it's like I have to keep the archive going. But with that and streaming, I'm struggling to like find time to do stuff, and that's just the I have. Like, after this stream I will upload the VODs. The thing is, the girls come to me and they're like, how do you keep the VODs up? And it's like just pure just bullying. The truth is, it's just that I bully myself so badly about it that they've always been uploaded. They're not as consistent as they used to be, but that's just because life has sort of gone a bit shit at the minute. But yeah, no, I've kept it up, but like, it just genuinely, like, I need to maybe not focus on those so hard. I'm getting better. I'm not like, if you look at the descriptions of that, I put so much effort into those descriptions, and I need to not. I've started like lessening the value, but the older ones have like quite descriptive like events in them. But I've just sort of stopped like, editing them as much. I do the timestamp still, but like in terms of like the description of what happens in it, I don't really do that anymore. But yeah. I don't like the sound of my own voice. Unfortunately, that's one thing, and I don't want to patronize you in any way, but that's something you do have to get over with streaming. I don't really have any like advice for that other than you just got to get over it. For me, I also hated the sound of my voice, and that's why I didn't stream for so long. Like for so many years, I wanted to stream, but I put off streaming, right? The reason I didn't want to do it is because I didn't want to have to edit the VODs, and I didn't want to have to upload them, and I didn't like the sound of my own voice, you know? So there was that side of it. And then I got brought into someone else's streams, and I was like, I don't want to say a guest because I wasn't streaming at the time. I was just a friend of a friend. I was a friend of someone's brother. And so I got brought on as just someone to make up the numbers. And then I did it so consistently. And then I became a bit of a meme on that. And then that ended. And because I enjoyed every single week looking back at the VODs, I decided that I wanted to do that for myself. So that's why I eventually like kicked the bucket once that ended and I started doing these. And I don't want to talk about it too much because the person that I used to be on the streams of since has gotten like a massive following. I'm like, I think they're partner now, and I'm just like, I don't want to say who it is. I like, you can find it. It's not hard to find out who it was, but like because of that, and the fact is, I know for a fact that I'm still a meme on that channel. It's just like, I don't want to like say anything because it would be name dropping, and I don't want to do that. But like, fuck. Ken, my dude, if you ever want to do Among Us streams again, if you want to do like the revitalize after like several years of not doing it, like hit me up because I'd be so down, and I'm sure the others would be down too. Like I can make time for that. That would be so much fun. Yeah, like that was why I started like streaming, was just that kind of broke me out of my own head, and I don't really, from that I can't give advice because I just was in the right place at the right time. I wasn't even close with the person that asked. They were asking everyone, and they just messaged me because they knew that video gaming was something I was quite available for and I was quite flexible with, and so they asked me, and I was like, yeah. And then I became really good friends with that person. I became really good friends with their brother, who was a streamer, and then I became friends with their other brother, who was also on the stream. It was like a great time, and I still keep up with that friend. And all right, where did we get to? I have major problems with that very same reason. Yeah, I feel so bad. Like, because I know what you guys are feeling, and I just don't have any advice because I got over it. But it is like really hard to hear your. Neither do I. But as a VTuber, we can do something. Imagine it's the model's voice, not you. Separate yourself from the my voice is mine. It's me. That's a really good way of looking at it. Actually, that's like a really fantastic way of doing it. I think I just bullied myself into like rewatching the streams because I always found it really funny to rewatch my friends' streams, and because of that, I constantly had to listen to my very high pitched like anxiety voice, and it was like horrible for a few months. But once I got used to it, I started talking a bit more normally, and that made me very chaotic, and it was great. Honestly, very smart. It is very smart. Yeah. Well, I can't voice act just yet. Separates the voice just yet. Don't change your voice. You gotta get, because you won't be consistent with changing your voice. So, but you will get comfortable enough that you don't sound as weird to yourself, if that makes sense. That actually reminds me of that time we played Dark Hours, and Jasper showed me a very funny clip, but I heard my voice and had a complete breakdown after. And I still, to this day, feel so bad because that is one of my favorite like clips of us. But I know that you feel like horrible about it afterwards. It's like, oh, but you sound great. Like you just sound like Mina to me, and I love Mina, so you know. But I completely understand that it's not, it's not easy thing to deal with. And I respect that. You do really well. Really need to get over that. No, you're fine. Take your time with these things. Nobody can ever be happy with every element of yourself. No, that's so true. Like, I think we've all got, like, things we're self-conscious about. It just is unfortunate when it's something as obvious as voice. That's horrible. And I completely respect that that's a really hard thing. You're doing really well. I'll take Jasper's advice and bully myself into liking it. I didn't bully myself. I bullied myself about watching the VODs. I was like, I have to watch them because I love seeing my friends. And that's why I kept doing it. And eventually I got so comfortable with these people that my voice sort of became what you guys experience with my streams, which is my very monotone autism voice that doesn't really have much like tone pitch or anything. Like it's very like monotone, right? And that's like what you guys are used to. But like before that, I used to be incredibly high pitched. I wish I could share what these earlier VODs were, and I could 100%. But the problem is I had a different mic and the quality is not great. And also because it's just because it would be name dropping, and I really don't want to name drop my friend. Like, no, I this sounds like they've asked me not to. They very much haven't. I just do not want to associate someone. I don't want to associate myself with someone else's success, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to, like, I don't want to scrape off their success for myself, if that makes sense. Not that I think that would happen, but, like I said, I became a meme, and I became, like, a well-known meme, and people that have come onto their streams since I've left know about this meme. And it's like, so when I occasionally turn up, people are like, oh, like, someone tell, like, Wack. And I'm like, I am Wack. I am literally Wack. It's in the name now. It's just for Wack. And your way of doing it is honestly amazing. I'm going to try your method and try and separate it. It's such a good idea, though. Don't kink shame me. I'll ask for more. How's the heat? What heat? I'm bilingual. I can just change the way I speak English. That counts as voice acting, I guess. But you'll get into like a way of doing it. Yeah, just a little wacky. Yeah, no. Summer heat. There is no summer heat here. It's been raining for like a week straight. England. But yeah, to talk about something else, I do need to address this, and then I'm going to take a break. But guys, I got good news. We're moving the conversation along. I've got good news in reference also to the talking about autistic burnout and how I've got diagnosed with autism and have not got the help I need to get over autistic burnout. I got good news, people. I got good news. I'm getting the help. Unfortunately, what ended up happening was that I had a meltdown in my workplace to the point that I sat down in the middle of the warehouse, which was very dangerous, in a like fetal position and like shook violently for 5 minutes straight, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're so tensed up and clenched and no one around you is acknowledging that that's happening, it's dangerous. And I now have to fill out a risk assessment. I wish I was kidding. My workplace has said that I have to fill out a risk assessment now. But the result was what ended up happening. Maybe I should talk about this in a minute. Basically, I'll talk more about what actually ended up happening with this, but I basically didn't speak to anyone for 2 weeks straight, like at all. Like I came home and I would talk to Paul and I talked to my family, but in terms of like strangers and people I worked with and have worked with for years, I did not say, there was not a peep out of my mouth. You know, there was nothing. Like I did not speak to anyone, which is a common thing that I do. It's like it's not, and I want to stress as well because a lot of people online like to buzzword these things. It's not selective mutism, and it's not going non-verbal. Non-verbal. Those are very different things. What it is called a verbal shutdown. I don't really know the specifics. To be honest, I don't know if it is selective mutism. I don't think it is. But it was very much I was going through a verbal shutdown, which meant that I just could not say anything to anyone at my workplace. Because I was just in an environment. But it might be because I know some people will be like, well, that is selective mutism. No, because I talked to someone and now I'm fine. It's like, but I just couldn't do it. I physically could not do it, and it was really stressful because people would ask me questions and I couldn't answer them, and I tried, but it wasn't working. So what ended up happening was that nothing was said for a couple of days until someone left, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. And I got pulled into a meeting finally by my boss and my overhead boss, and they basically said that we've got to do a risk assessment on you now, Jasper, because we can see that your meltdowns are getting worse, and we're kind of scrambling to try and sort them, and we're not really sure how to help you. And I got really cross about it because realistically, I've given them fucking advice. I've given them say this is what I need help with, and they just don't want to do it because it doesn't fit with their workplace plan. It's like, unfortunately, you don't get a choice in that because that's what adjustments. And I will talk more in detail about this in a minute. But like, basically, what ended up happening is I really struggled to speak in the meeting for a good few minutes. I was like, stammering stuff, but I managed to get through it. And I told them what had happened, what had caused the event, and then I told them that because they were like, it's getting worse though. And I was like, yes, because I'm not getting the support I need. You guys keep hot seating, which is a term used to say like they keep moving me about. I was like, you keep hot seating me. You don't hot seat anyone else. And that's really frustrating when you guys turn around and say that you have to hot seat everyone because no one else gets hot seat. This idea that I'm the most trained member of staff, that I should be malleable, is causing problems in not only my relationship with my coworkers, but it's also affecting my life, quality of life, essentially. Because I would go home and cry about the stress of being moved around so constantly. Time. And basically, I said that realistically, I've looked in. I turned around and went full lawyer on them. Right, I was like, I've looked into the legislation. I've done the research. I've done a lot of detailed research about what I'm supposed to do in terms of asking you for reasonable requests, and I've also looked into what you can deny me for. So basically, looking into how they can deny me, and so I was like, realistically, if you guys deny me, basically what I turned around and said is like, if you guys deny me, I will take you to court, is essentially what I said. Which I wouldn't because I'm stressed, but they don't know that. So I basically turned around and was like, I know what my rights are, and you guys don't. And that's just the truth of it. And if you don't want to put in the effort to research that, that's not my problem. But what is my problem is you guys continuing to deny me the help that I need for your own fucking peace of mind. And realistically, this is going to get worse. It's going to keep happening, and there is a high chance that I will just walk out the building one day and completely just never return. In the extreme is like eloping's a problem, and I really don't know how well I would react to it if I got that stressed. And that's That makes sense. But um, basically, I just said this is going to get worse. And if you guys want to keep denying me, that's up to you. But I will quite happily speak to HR about it if you guys really want to have this conversation. And what did they do? They turned around and gave me my reasonable adjustments. So now I have my reasonable. I've got to do a write-up and basically state what I need. And I do need to minimize that because I had like a whole list of things that I wanted to do and I'm like baby steps. But like the main things I need them to do, they've already agreed to start doing immediately. So that is I'm allowed ear protection and I am going to be stationary now, which is fantastic. That's the main thing. So it's all good. Breathe. Right. I'm gonna take a break real quick because we've got an incoming ad break, but I'm sitting here and dying of heat. Bruh, I feel so bad for you. A bit better now. Gosh. Everything within reason. You're amazing. No. But yeah, no, I genuinely I basically bullied my management into saying, like, you're not doing what you're doing is illegal. What you've done is illegal. No, it's genuinely like they were not accepting that they couldn't do what they were doing. And I was like, the stress of the fact that I'm currently dealing with a lot and then this is still happening in the background has been on my mind constantly. So I still have to do the write up, but fortunately, it means that I might actually be getting somewhere with progressing on getting out of burnout. So things might start happening, which is fantastic because good timing too, because I need stuff done. Anyway, right. I will leave you guys alone for a few minutes, just while I take a quick break, and then we will get back and get straight into Ellie. So I will see you. Bye. And I'm back. Now I have to quickly do all this. God damn it! Um. It is loading. Why is it so loud? Um. Okay. Is it actually showing anything? Oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome. Oh my god. Hi guys. Thanks. I'm back. To talk. So, what were we talking about? We were talking about who gave me algae soup? When did I get algae soup? When did I get that? What the hecky? Who do I need again? Get some more. Oh, maybe. Oh. Hi, Jasper. Phew, that was quite a workout walking all the way up here. Dude, it's like a 5-second trek from town. What are you on about? Anyway, I came by to ask if you wanted to have dinner with us tonight. What? You don't have to, but if you decide to come, could you please bring a largemouth bass with you? Can I get one of those? That's right, one of those big slimy fish from the lake. I need one for the casserole I'm making. Oh. Okay, well, it'll be at our house around 7 p.m. tonight. Don't forget the largemouth bass. Bye. Where the fuck am I supposed to get a fucking largemouth bass? Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Are you... Excuse me? Yeah, but like... What season? God fucking damn it. Why do I keep getting things that say supernatural? Very much not reunited. It's not even the same characters. But... Large... Oh. All seasons, okay. Between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. Okay, so we got time. Wait, which one? The mountain lake? Mountain lake. Isn't that up by the... Okay. We can do that. We can do that. Jesus Christ. Well, I'm gonna go and get some lunch and attempt. Oh, I'm gonna go and attempt to track down some lunch. Good luck. Hope your hunting trip goes well. I don't know why, but I thought vegetarian. Right. It's fishing time. So, what was I saying? So, um, maybe she's gone, Emperor. I'm sorry. So, yeah. So I didn't talk about it, right? At the time because it was still going on. But I've had sort of a guys. You know how I don't make friends very well, and I lost pretty much all my friends last year because my ex-boyfriend's girlfriend decided that I was, you know, a problem when I literally just did, right? Guess what happened again? I think I've just lost another friend. um, and not anything that is my fault. I'm very aware of the fact that it's not my fault. Did I roll over and apologize anyway? Of course I fucking did. Did I get forgiveness? Yes, I did. Was it forgiveness for something that I technically didn't do? Yes. But did I just accept that this person was never going to admit fault, and so by trying to challenge them that I'm terrible? This is probably like, guys, if you think that I'm an inspiring person, you fucking checked. Truth is that I talked about it briefly, but the reason I kind of went through verbal shutdown was because someone I was close to decided to yell at me at work because I wasn't doing exactly what they told me. Keep in mind, I've been told several times in the past that I shouldn't listen to the person telling me what. They're not management. Shouldn't be telling me what to do, right? So, um, also, this person thinks that they run the warehouse because they're sleeping with my boss. Yes, it's that story time. So, if you didn't know, which I don't think I've ever talked about it before, someone I was close to in my workplace, someone that I go out drinking regularly, sleeping with my boss in the workplace. We all knew it. We were all very aware of it. Management's very aware of it, even though it's the policy there that you don't sleep with your fucking boss, Jasper. um, so they've decided that they were going to do that, and you know what? I'm a good friend. I supported them. If that's what they want to do with their free time, that's what they want to do with their free time. I'm good friends with my boss, and I'm good friends with this person, right? Well, anyway, they decided that I wasn't doing the work that they thought I should be doing and decided to yell at me. Keep in mind as well, earlier that day I had announced pretty much to everyone that I had just been diagnosed from the day before. This person in a meeting, when someone else asked me, fuck off! Fuck off! Did you see it? I didn't get the chance. This person decided that level 1 autism is the lowest level and therefore it's not impressive at all. So they told my coworker that, and I was like, stood there, and everyone else has stood there. We were all just like, did we just experience ableism? I did just experience ableism, so that was fun. Anyway, so this person yelled at me because they asked me to do something, and I was like, oh, I'll go and get this other coworker who is stood at the top of the warehouse not doing anything. So I went and got this coworker, and this coworker was more than happy to come down and have something to do because I wasn't able to give them stuff to do. I was busy doing something else because I was covering for someone. Already a stressful situation, right? I feel like I should actually talk about this and pause this while I talk about this, but mind. So I went and got this coworker. The second I came back down to the other warehouse, I got yelled at. And I don't mean like subtly yelled, I mean full on screamed at. I had earplugs in and I could hear it, and I did not feel at all good about it. It was not a nice situation to be in, and I burst into tears when I talked my friend talking to my boss about this. I just burst into tears and I was like, I just don't know what I'm doing. Paul was like, I haven't done anything. Yeah. And then the rest of the week, this person decided that every single time I breathed slightly wrong, that they were going to complain about it, which meant that I kept getting like collared by my boss, who they were sleeping with, and basically I was just getting unfair treatment, which was fucking fantastic because this person complains constantly about another coworker that does this. So I didn't feel great about that one. And I just didn't talk to them or anyone else. So by Wednesday, several people came up and asked me print something. I'm not going to go into detail too much because I don't want to give up. But they asked me to print something out, and I couldn't print this thing out because we didn't have any paper, right? And I couldn't tell people this. And the person who told me this wasn't telling anyone else. So I was in a bit of a predicament, which I was like, oh, thanks, mate. So every time someone came up to me, I kind of just had to show them that the printer was empty and be like, they were like, oh, is there no paper? And I'm like, no. Shaking my head, no. It's the most I could do. But the second anyone asked me a bit of a further question, like, is there none anywhere? It's like, I couldn't really answer that because I didn't know. So I managed to, like, pacify other people with this question. But then I really was trying to talk to my coworker, who I'm not close with, but I just wanted to give them a bit more response, and I couldn't do it. I literally could not get the words out. I was like stood there stumbling and muttering, and I couldn't do it. Like the words were just not coming out, and it was like anxiety inducing, right? Anyway, so I had a full-blown meltdown about this. They were trying really hard to stop me from having a meltdown, like trying to comfort me from where they were stood, like, no, please, just don't go, it's fine. And I'm like, it's too late. So I had a breakdown, sat for 5 minutes before anyone realized anything, and the only reason they realized was Paul coming to find me. No one thought to go and get any help. No one thought to go and notify anyone. I'm not sure who was available at the time. I'm pretty sure this other coworker who out with was around me, but never mind. And so Ball Gaming got me, and then my ex-boss, who still works with me, and they bully me essentially, decided to interrogate me while Paul was missing about the fact that I wasn't talking to anyone. They're like, you need to talk. You have to talk. Why aren't you talking? You need to talk to her. And I was like, I'm not talking because I've got a problem. And like, why is this not... I just hate people that have no concept about what it's like to like not be able to talk in these situations. Anyway, so like I physically can't talk in these situations. I don't want anyone to be like, well, it's not that easy. Anyway, so basically I was sent home, and then I came into work the next day full of anxiety, fully expecting that my boss, one that I'm close with, was going to say something. And then they didn't. Keep in mind, my friend coworker was leaving this day, and I knew she was leaving for quite some time. And the fact that I hadn't spoken to her for like 2 weeks, I didn't really know what to say. And so I didn't say anything. I didn't speak because they weren't speaking to me, and I just didn't think it was, going to help anyone by trying to talk to them. And they'd made it kind of clear that they didn't talk to me as far as I was concerned. And so with the entire shift, my boss did not bring up the fact that I'd had a breakdown, which was unusual for him. Because usually he speaks to me on the day of or the next day. Like, he doesn't let these things settle. So I was confused, but I, was kind of grateful because I really didn't want to talk about it. And what ended up happening is they just kind of... My friend left. I didn't say anything. I got told off for not doing anything and got told to take the bins out. So that was the most I had that day. And yeah, no one talked to me about it again. And then I went home. Well, I didn't even get that far. I got to the car and burst into tears and cried into Paul's lap, which is a common occurrence for me this week, and was definitely a common occurrence like before that. But yeah, I cried and bawled because I just lost my friend, and I knew I just lost my friend, and I couldn't bring myself. I couldn't bully myself into talking to her, and I just didn't really want to as well because in my eyes I knew full well that I hadn't done anything wrong, but you know, it didn't mean I couldn't try, and I just couldn't bring myself to. So that was fun. Anyway, so what ended up happening was nothing was said. And then the next day, which was Friday, I came into work and um yeah, again, nothing was said for the first part of the shift, and then our overhead boss came in. And I didn't really think anything would happen. I was still not talking to anyone. And then overhead boss and my boss go out to the smoking shed, they come back, and then I get pulled into the office. And that's when the interrogation started, where they're like, we just watched the footage of Wednesday's incident, and we're concerned because you've literally just bawled your eyes out in the warehouse and not told anyone about it. And, you know, this is getting worse. We're constantly seeing you go off to the bathrooms and having like breakdowns and stuff, and we don't know why, and we're not sure. And it took me a good like 10 minutes to actually get the words out to say, like, you know, they weren't supporting me and I couldn't do what they expect of me. And the fact that I've managed to do it so far is just, it's just burnt me out, basically. I just said, like, you know, I burst into tears because I was like, well, co-worker friend, and I fell out. They yelled at me and I couldn't talk to anyone about it. And then my boss said, "Why didn't you talk to me about it?" And I was like, "Are you kidding? That's like seriously, like, it's the conflict of interest issue, and this is why you shouldn't sleep with your overhead boss, because it causes issues for everyone else." And I was like, I couldn't say it. I couldn't bring it up. I was like, what? Why couldn't I talk to you about the fact that your missus was like bullying the shit out of me that week? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because she was doing it. I'm sorry. And doing you. So I was not happy about that one. Um, basically the whole meeting just ended up going like they were going to send me home. That was basically what it was coming to, was they were like, you're in a state and we need to send you home. And I was like, please don't do that. It was the one thing I managed to get the words out for. I was like, don't do that. I was like, it doesn't help me by breaking my routine, by me coming in here and then you sending me home halfway through the shift. It doesn't help. If you're sending me home for mental health reasons, it's not actually going to help. So they didn't send me home, but they agreed that they weren't going to move me around anymore, and also that I was going to be allowed to wear ear defenders, like proper like overhead ear defenders now, because I wear loops, but like I wasn't really supposed to, and now I've got permission to do both, which my boss was not too pleased about, but he can see it. So yeah. So that was a whole thing, but they advised that I try and reach out to my coworker because it was clearly upsetting me quite a lot, the fact that my coworker was not like talking to me at all. And they're like, listen, she's really broken up about the fact that you guys didn't manage to talk before she left and didn't understand why you weren't talking to her. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I messaged her and I didn't hear anything back. And then Saturday came around. Went to work. It was a terrible day at work. They basically put me in one position, agreed to do so, and my boss was not enforcing anything, so I basically had to force him to enforce it into the other coworkers because I was getting like, there was a new star and they were trying to help me on my section, and I needed them to do that because they were messing it up and annoying me, and I actually almost lost. My boss was like, tell them. And I was like, no. I was like, you do not want me to tell them because it will not be a nice thing and I will end up in a HR meeting. um, so I made them do it and they did, and it was sorted. But we didn't get anything done. And my boss is apparently being called into a meeting because apparently he didn't do any of his jobs on that day because he's pretty broken up about the fact that his bum buddy doesn't work with him. Nice. Anyway, so my Saturday comes around, Paul and I go out together, we come back, it's a great day, and then it will kind of crumble because in the evening, my friend finally gets back to me. I wish I could read you guys the message, but I think it would give away too much sensitive information. But like, genuinely, the like, what was said to me was, it was genuinely upsetting. To the point that when I read it to Paul, he was like, I've had enough. And he went to message this person and call them out on their bullshit and be like, you stop bullying, Jasper about this because she's not like, it's not her fault and you know it and you're just trying to make yourself feel bigger. I wouldn't let him. I would not let him. And we had a bit of a falling out about it, but it's fine. This isn't me trying to like try a dump on you. We're fine before anyone panics, but like I was in a state and trying to defend me, and it ended up being fine. We made up, me and my friend, but it didn't make me feel any better. Because I basically rolled over, like I always do with friendships. Like something I think if you guys will never understand this, but like when it comes to like when people are upset, I don't really see the point in trying to say my piece to make myself feel better, because if I succeed, that person won't feel good. And I won't feel good because I've made someone else not feel good. So it's easier for me to just roll over and make myself feel worse, and admit fault than stand up for myself. Which is a problem, and it's a problem I'm very aware that I do. And I constantly apologize. It got brought up in my autism assessment that I'm constantly apologizing for stuff that isn't my fault and shit like that. But yeah, it was just a bit of a disgusting message, and I couldn't bring myself to call my friend out on this. Just like genuinely, like it's just complete. Like I'm reading it now, and I'm just like, there is no fucking acknowledgement of fault other than, yes, I'm sorry I shouted at you, and then yes, I'm sorry I shouted at you, but, and then it goes on to a huge paragraph of why they are not actually sorry. So it just was like a whole thing. Yeah, no, it's just like, I'm trying to preface this. It's like basically like they've replied like, not sure what to say really. I'm sorry I shouted at you, but you weren't helping the team and we were all struggling. I asked for your help and your response was to get the other co-worker. You're an experienced member of the team. You know we need help at the end of work, and I was mad that you didn't come and help your team out when we all moan about co-worker that do doing the exact same thing. This It's just the lack of acknowledgement. Like, I don't want to use my autism as an excuse for everything, but this is one person that that I don't cope. I don't know. I have no like internal like acknowledgement about when I should do things, how much detail I should do, and what, like I can't do back and forth because I'll never know unless I'm told. I won't know to go back or go back to what I was doing originally. I don't have that initiative, and it sounds really shitty, but it's just a problem. Is I will do exactly what I'm told. Exactly. I won't do anything else. So if I've been told to do someone else's job, I'm going to do that person's job. It will stress me out because I have no transitional phase to do that job. So I was already stressed. It was not a good time. And then they went, the fact that you ignored me, which isn't what happened, and they know that's not what happened, well over a week, which it was too, just seemed petty and actually upset me. I'm like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? It actually upset you. I'm so sorry. You know full well I don't cope with people yelling at me, and I had a verbal shutdown, which you were fully aware from. So it's just like petty. It's just so petty, and I'm so upset because it's like it was basically calling me out for stuff that I hadn't done. I mean, I just don't know how to explain it. I don't really know if I want to talk about this anymore. It was just like a whole thing. It's the fact as well that they then went on to say, I've always supported you, which they haven't. And just, the problem is I'm not good at making friends. So I will try everything I can I've actually managed to make, and then that means I get myself into me, walk over me, and I'm fully aware of it. Do I do anything to stop it? No. If this person now never speaks to me again, because we've made up, but realistically, we're never going to cross paths again now. We don't work together anymore, as far as I'm concerned, and most I might see is at my like local shop or something. Realistically, I'm probably not going to have much. Am I put out by that anymore? No, because I made my peace with it. I've made up with them, as far as I'm concerned. If we never speak again now, tried. So, yes, I've lost another friend in a horrible burning fire of terribleness, but realistically, that's just the truth, is that I don't make good choices until. And yeah, it's just a whole thing. I just don't want to go on. But that's what happened. If anyone's curious, the reason I couldn't talk about it is because that person was my friend. They were sleeping with my boss. And it meant that conflict of interest wise, I couldn't talk about anything that I was having problems with this person, which meant that constantly, and this person is quite big-headed and full of themselves, which means that they're constantly trying to pick problems where there are none. It's not just me, but it meant that I couldn't call out on it because it would get me in trouble because interest. Yeah. Anyway, damn, Jasper, level 1 autism. Almost like you're an X-Men talking about your mutant powers. You think? You do. You have a great stream. I'm off to do my own. Good luck, Mina. I hope you've fun. Yeah, I don't really know what to talk about with this. It's just a whole thing. Like, I did promise I would talk to you guys about it, so that's what I'm doing. But, like, yeah, it was just, like, a whole thing of just, like, shit. Like, this isn't fair. Like, I haven't done anything, and I don't know why, like, I'm having to acknowledge that I should have helped. I get that, but I don't have any kind of ability to, and my workplace is kind of trying to go off this idea that I can. I can't. Like, oh. Anyway, so because of all that's now being sorted, I've made my boss aware. If I now have to have another meeting, I can turn around and say, yes, I tried, but they were really not acknowledging like the issue, and the fact is that no one understands like what it's like to go through like, you always feel like you're failing people, but realistically, do you do anything to solve it? No, because you can't. And it's like, I wish I could, but I really struggle to. I don't know if any of this is making any sense. Yeah, like, yeah, you guys want to know the drama of my life? Guess who's sleeping with who, you know? The joys, the joys, the joys. Why is there so many eggs? When did I last come and collect these eggs? Jesus Christ. Also, why is my key... Dude, I don't know what's happened, but like my computer's having a meltdown, but there seems to be a huge delay with like clicking stuff. Man. Aw, man. I feel like I should talk about other stuff. um, fuck. weird noise. Dudes, there were like twice this week we've had helicopters land near our house. Twice in 1 week. Like both medical helicopters. So weird. Okay, right. Put this one in the cheese press. And put none of this anywhere else. I don't know why I'm trying to like keep. What the fuck is that in the God. A bit of fruit has gone moldy. um keep an eye on the time. Gotta keep an eye on the time. I got dinners to go to. I got one more leak I gotta get. Got a slight headache. You tell I've run out of things to talk about. Need to go in the sewer really, but I was looking. Oh, look at that. There we go. Found the dark talisman. It's covered in bug slime. Yeah. Why it's in like a very bit of the cabin, I'll never know. Why does he look so lopsided? Dude, you know what? Who am I to judge? Me same. Me same? Fuck! Me too! Me same! Me same. 100-year-old between my people and the dwarves recently ended. There's still a lot of resentment on both sides. Okay, good for you, man. What am I supposed to do with the talisman? Oh, it was talk to the freaking wizard, wasn't it? Star fruit. Oh fuck. But like, where the fuck is the like? Okay, where it's apparently not a quest. Well, it was a quest. Fuck! It's 7 p.m. God damn it! I hope this isn't too late. Am I too late? Where's their house? Wait, I don't know which one's their house. God damn it! Am I gonna fuck this up? There we go. I managed it. Hi, Jasper. Please come in. I'm so glad you came, Jasper, and you brought the fish. Wonderful. Sam, could you come here and help clean this fish? Yes, ma'am. Wow, it looks wonderful and smells so fresh. Thanks so much for doing this, Jasper. Kent caught a fish too, but he eats about whole fish to himself. Oh. That crispy bass was delicious. The breading. Oh my god, the breeding was to die for. Okay, welcome, Saber Sensei. Good to see you. It's boat time. The boat goes vinted. Yeah. I almost feel like part of the family now. God, I hope not. Right, I've got the Dark Talisman. What do I do with the Dark Talisman? We'll worry about it in the morning. Yeah, I didn't really manage the boat stuff, but I need to get to, like, the witch's bit to get the boat. Saber Sensei, redeem drink dummy. Thank you, Saber Sensei. I will drink. Fuck off. Hello? What the shit? What the fuck? Okay. If I didn't just pull up someone's random crops. What the fuck is that? What? What the shit is going on? What the fuck? Oh. Fish? I don't know where fish... Is it still gonna be there tomorrow? Because there's no way I can get that fish. I put it in the basket to be sold. Right, where am I going? Because... Nice. What's with all the wildlife now, dude? Fuck. Oh no. Still no fucking. Can't fucking see. Damn, mama. Late night time. Bye. I don't think Mimi's here anymore, but like, I didn't talk about it, but I sent Mimi a photo of what Paul looks like the other day. Keep in mind, Mimi has no idea what I look like. Mina knows what I look like, and Mina knows what Paul looks like. Then Mimi a photo of Paul, and I know what Mimi looks like, but I don't, and Mimi doesn't know what I look like. I've never sent a photo of myself to Mimi. I like thought about that. I was like, why not? I mean, I've only seen it accidentally, but like, gotta collect all of us. Like, I've gotta collect the visuals for all of us, like Pokemon. Need to find out what row. Wonder if Willy sells what row. I don't think he does, but technically. I'm sorry, wait. I can put that in there? No way. Can I make smoked cheese? Wait, there's no way. Are you kidding? That would be so cool. Wait. I'm so confused. I thought... Ah! No, I can't. Why would it say that I could do that? That would be so cool. I'm back with noodles, but I forgot to put the spicy and I cried. No, Mimi, no, not without the spicy. God damn. But yeah, I was supposed to cut these down, wasn't I? It was 200 pieces of wood to get the boat. How do I fucking get in here? Can't remember. But noodles good. Noodles are good. I like noodles. Where? Excellent. Now I've got to hope that I've got enough. Alright, we'll go and see the animals. Go 10. I love me some spicy noodles. Paul and I are really into the something noodles. I don't remember. They're in like a red cardboard, like. I also I'm gonna get some today, but I really love cup noodles, but like specifically like the seafood one. It's good. It like actually is so good. Shin ramen. Yeah, that's the one. I love them. They give me the worst case of the shits. Bruh. Is it the spiciness? Because I don't put the whole sachet in because I don't cope. I don't cope when I can't taste food or something. I don't cope well with too much of everything, like too much sensation, so I don't put all of it in. I have like a shaker pot full of it though, because I don't waste it. I put what I don't use into like a spice container, and I then put that in my spice drawer. Great. Art. Alright, lol. No, it's all good. We were just talking as well about the fact that you know what Paul looks like, but I've never sent you a photo of what I look like. And I know what you look like, but like, only Mina knows what I look like. So I feel like at some point I need to send you a photo of what I look like. Like I owe that to you. Right. That is 12. Wait, no, 10. 13. I have 13 of these. I don't need to use 13 of these. Maybe I should put. I also need to think about using these. Maybe we should be Facebook friends? On. Wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain. And if you want. You know my real name, so don't worry. You don't have to, honestly. No, I would like to if you want to. We could be friends. I almost friended you on another social media app that I won't bother sending on here, but I was gonna friend you on there as well, but I got too shy about it. I got too shy and I didn't know if you wanted to. Hey. Wow! Don't mind my husband George, he isn't very friendly to strangers. I'm not exactly a stranger though, George. Looks like another gloomy day. Oh. It's a sunny day, what do you want about? Wait, on what? Sorry, I didn't hear. No, that's okay, I didn't say what social media. I just saying that there was a social media that I was gonna friend you on, and then I got too shy about it. Is that a smoker? Ah! Let's go! Yeah, baby! Oh, yeah, baby! Oh, yeah, baby! Look at that! That's why I wanted to get that. Hey, smoker! Fuck yeah! Yeah, baby! Oh, yeah, baby! Oh my god! Where the fuck is he? Excuse me? Oh, hello. Thank. I scared him. 200 pieces. The fuck is Willie? Oh, I see. Haha, feel free. Oh, okay. I will. I will be too shy about it. No, because you're gonna see what I look like and I look terrible. There's only one recent photo of me and it's like, my profile picture. Can't really put it on anything else. Well, we could be Facebook friends. I don't know what you're called. Well, I know your first name, I just don't know the rest of it. Just like how this is the thing, Mimi and I know each other's first name, but I don't think either of us know each other's last name. There you go, Mimi. You're a man. A great idea can pass through your head when you least expect it, but if your mind is too busy, you might miss it. Fuck! God damn it! Spitting facts right there. No! My mind is always busy, and I really must get back to my work. Oh, good for you, my dude. Good luck with that. Right, I was gonna go and open the gate with Dr. Asman. How am I supposed to stalk you properly if I don't know what you look like? You want to stalk me? Well, you're gonna be thoroughly disappointed, Ed. I'm not exactly that interesting. There isn't much. I don't really have a lot of what's it called? Traceability online for obvious reasons, but also just because like I went through a phase where I got a new boyfriend and I didn't really want him to think that I was cringe, so I got rid of a shit ton of stuff because I had a feeling he would stalk me. And then I later got with Paul and went through the same crisis. Whoa, baby! Wow! How's it going? Whoa. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa. Where am I? Whoa. Yeah! A human! A goblin. Oh fuck, I just like poured a bunch of saliva into my nose. You want to pass? I'm sorry, but this is private property. Why does he look so sad about it? I'm sorry, I can't let you pass. I'd lose my job. Well, fuck. What do I do now? Oh, gain entrance to the witch's hut. There's a goblin blocking the path to the witch's hut. There must be some way to get him to move. Perhaps I could seek out more information on goblins. I mean, I've either got to talk to the freaking library, right? My hips are not very painful. Oh, I'm basically getting bullied by my family, by the way, about the fact that I don't have a desk chair. So I'm gonna be getting on with getting a desk chair at some next couple days, hopefully. Got one. So I'm looking at getting. Hello? 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 Hello, Adora. Oh my god, he blanked you. He did indeed. Finding out yourself is half the fun. Is it? Hello. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, we've also got a smoker. What did he need? He needed smoked ghost fish and 5 crayfish. So, we can do the smoked ghost fish because I'm pretty sure I stored one with the plan to eventually do that. Wait, I gotta talk to the wizard. Hang on. Oh, wait, is he closed? Does he have like opening times? No. Okay. Good, 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 good. Do you have to book ahead of time? You have to book a time slot to go and see the wizard. Oh, I'm also probably gonna go to a convention at some point in August. That's gonna be fun. I'm excited about that. I trust you enough to allow you in my basement. Treat what you find there with respect. Okay. Sure, my dude. No, I need to know about the goblins. Whoa. Shrine of Illusions. Make an offering of 500 gold to change your appearance. Oh, fun. I don't really want to change my appearance. I'm quite content with how I look. Okay, cool. Invitation to his basement, huh? Sus. Exactly. Well, he's no help. Who do we know? I got it. The sewers. Freaking, I don't remember his name, but the guy, the little ghosty thing, social. Crobius, he's got a, he said that the war had just ended, so maybe he's got information. I will go and speak to him in the morning. For now, I'm gonna put a smoker up and sorry. Now I think about it, I stalked quite a lot of my friends back in the day. Dude, how do you get to know people without stalking social media? Like, it's like, I stalk. It sounds really bad when you say stalk. I feel like it's just a healthy amount of personal research into someone's public appearance. I guess. I used to stalk Paul. Man, that man had like an angsty Facebook page. Which is really funny. Right. I propping this up somewhere. Get some coal. Get some, I don't know if I need coal, actually. Get some, where the fuck is my fish? Where's my fish? I had a fish in here. It is not in here anymore. There it is. Cool. That's all the cheese I need. Now every cheese that I make, I can sell. Fun. Sorry. Now that I think about it, I stalked quite a lot of my friends back in the day when we tried to playing paintball. That is. What convention I was sniffing too loudly, sorry. I didn't actually say what the convention was. Mostly because if I say it, it's like, oh, like, you can figure out what convention it is. I'll message you. But, I went last year, and and it was great. I don't know why I started talking about this now. I'm like, wait, I can't. The Swingers one, isn't it? Yeah. God damn it, baby, why are you gonna call me out like that? God damn it. Invitation to his business. It was quite easy to get to know people. You either knew someone who knew someone or just asked them in a club, bar, public transport. That is presumptuous because we just found out that I'm autistic. Therefore, getting to know people is not one of my strong points, you know? So Facebook stalking is pretty good because I can do that in my free time. It's not like they called the cops then or cast vicious mockery. Well, that's good, I guess. Lol. No, I'm not going to the Swingers convention. Well, maybe I am. Oh, you want to know what's sweet? Paul went to a like local attraction with his kids on Sunday, and he did an arcade thing, and he got me like a little like koala in a medical jacket for like on a crane machine, and I'm so happy, and I'm so touched that he's gifted it, and I feel special. It sits on my desk now. Hello, honey. Going to study the medical literature today. It's important for me to keep up to date so I can give my patients the best care possible. Aren't there, like, conventions for that? Don't doctors have, like, medical conventions? There we go. Smoked roast fish. Right, I need to actually catch some crayfish now. Dear Jasper, thank you so much for the leeks. They look fresh and delicious. George will love them. Today I'm going to surprise him with 12 little gift-wrapped treasures thanks to you. Stop by if you want to be there. P.S. Please accept this gift. I think you'll enjoy it. What the shit is that? A coffee maker? Whoa! Can I actually make coffee? Wait, Harvey's gonna be so happy. Harvey, honey, look. Wait. Honey, look. We have a coffee machine. I think it's just decorative, but... I'm not going to the Swingers convention. I mean, Paul and I were discussing this last night. I was like, do people actually do that? And he's like, yes, it's a very common thing to do. And I'm like, no way. Like, people, like, it's like, because isn't the fucking joke of it that, like, it's the thing that, like, old couples do to, like, spice up their marriage. And I'm just like, what? Is that enjoyable? Is that why so many marriages last? I'm like, what? You know? A bit confused. A bit of an existential crisis about swingers. Not something I'm familiar with, let's say that. There are several sex things that I'm familiar with. But that is not one of them. I just shared Mimi. So many STD. What? Gotta catch them all. No! Just God, that's a fetish, isn't it? Like, it's a thing people are into. It's like spreading like infectious. Oh my god! Like, I'm sorry. I'm like not here to kink shame at all, but like, can I not milk my cow? Oh. I'm like, I know some people are into it, and I'm like, you know, I'm always like, with like fetishes, I'm always like, you do you, but like, purposely like inflicting something on someone without their consent is like a bit much. A bit much. It's also very illegal. Don't know about that. I think it might be the cause of many more marriages falling lasting. I don't know. I mean, I guess. Remember, I used to work with someone who was a dick, and I probably like made this story up 100%. But he like he moved into like a caravan site. Don't ask. Well, actually, because his marriage fell apart because he was a dick. But one of the things he told us had happened was that he'd moved in, and this like these two old ladies had come by his like van and asked if he wanted to come to their like swingers thing. And I was like, do people just approach people with that? I thought it was like the upside down pineapple thing, you know? What a conversation. Good morning. I have a headache. Because I drank so much yesterday. Yeah. No, he was a dick. Mind you, I know this guy did a lot of shitty things, and he was a real slime ball. Wanna label things? From my experience, your experience? You've got experience in this matter? Well, you do you, my dude. From my experience, the weirder the fetish is, more likely they will ask you to participate. Is that? I guess because if it's like a pretty bold like fetish, then you kind of have to like be really like confident that it's something. Like, I feel like, I mean, maybe like because people are more subjective to things that approach them with confidence, I guess. Not me. It takes a long time to convince me to do anything. It takes me a long time to do things like washing the dishes, let alone like, well, anything. Hey man, find things here and sell and take care. To buy anything? No. Need to talk to you. Nope. Can I talk to you? No. I would not walk up to a random person and be like, hey, want to come to my house? Let alone ask them for a fondle. Yeah. I hate it when people come to my door. It doesn't seem like you have anything to donate to me. Why am I milking the bookshelves? Goblins by M. Jasper. The species commonly known as goblin seems to have originated in the forest from far northeast, beyond the hills, characterized by their green skin, bright eyes, and foul smell. Initial encounters with frightening for the unexperienced travelers. By their unsettling appearance, goblin possesses intellectual and emotional capacity to hinder humans where they have no trouble learning our customs and languages. Goblins I've met have been rather friendly and amiable, but Once I've shown them that I mean no harm, unfortunately, centuries of disrupted ill treatment from humans has led many goblins to careers in it, of witches, warlocks, and necromancers, and other unsavory types. The traditional goblin diet largely consists of grub meat, particularly from the large and juicy grub. Varieties native to the goblin home forest on special occasions, goblin will indulge in an item called void mayonnaise. Considered perhaps the finest delicacy in all goblin cuisine. So void mayonnaise, I would need a void egg. Fuck! Look at how expensive that is. Shit, well, for the greater good, you know? Right, while I'm here as well, I'm gonna go and see Willy about some, flippin', what do you call it? The greater good hums. I was thinking about, like, Hot Fuzz. For the greater good. Greater good. I just watched someone react to Hot Fuzz earlier to wake up. It's a great film. I have, like, serious, like, in the Cornetto trilogy as a whole, and then, like, Simon Pegg is just, like, my favorite actor in the whole world. And we've talked about that several times on this stream, but, like, oh. I love Simon Pegg. He's great. I like the World's End. That's my favorite of the Cornetto trilogy. I recently just bought the limited edition Paul film though, which is ironic. But like, haven't got it yet. Although I should see about Paul, my Paul, not the film Paul, but my Paul. I should see about us going to see my parents after shopping. Right, he doesn't have freaking any fucking, what do you call it? Bro. There's that. But hello? But Hot Fuzz is great. If you haven't seen it, 10 out of 10 watch. Pretty easy to get a hold of. Do I have another crab pot? Oh, I had another one. Also, can anyone else, like, crack their nose cartilage? Because, like, whenever I, like, sometimes, like, my nose is, like, itchy and uncomfortable and I lift it up and it makes, like, this weird, like, crack at the top of it. Weird. I don't know if that's a normal thing. That's I need all the time. Cool. I'm sure it can't be a piercing thing. But do you have your piercing? Like, do you have your nose pierced yet? Because I've got a quad set. So it might be that. It might be just like you're popping the skin off. It sounds gross, but it's a very normal thing. But like you might just be popping the skin open around the piercing. But I always used to find it was just cartilage. Maybe it's a septum thing. It's not my septum though. Got a septum, but not got nostrils yet. Maybe it's that. I can roll my septum over my fucking hell. My septum is like, I love my septum. It's like, I said when I was younger that I'd never get my septum pierced, and now I've got it. I'm like, God, how did I like live this long without a septum piercing? It's like my favorite. It's not so nice after a while though, because you put jewelry in and you always, and this is a thing that everyone gets. It's called septum stink, and it's where like the dead skin and mucus builds up in the like piercing cavity, and you can smell it, and it's so gross. But everyone gets it. It's terrible. Or at least everyone I've met gets it. um. I wash mine every day when I wash my face, lol, just because I don't want it to happen. I'm not able to like continuously wash my face. Yeah, it's like if you wash it regularly it doesn't build up, but it's like I just don't, I can't get it to that habit. I don't, but no, never felt like I wanted a piercing. And that's fine. Like it's not it's not a requirement or anything. It's just like I'm quite I was quite heavily pierced. Not so much anymore, sadly. Well, like I'm still heavily pierced around my like face and ears, but like I had other piercings that I've recently had to retire, as we've talked about previously. I had other piercings. I loved those piercings. Unfortunately, they were surface piercings, which meant that they sort of rejected over time, which is quite common. It's been a learning lesson though, because it's kind of told me that I might just never be able to have surface piercings, which most of my piercings aren't surface piercings anyway. They're like more like embedded piercings. I don't know what you, just regular piercings where it's like through something rather than like sitting on top of something. And I had two different things that were considered surface piercings, so they were always at risk of growing out, but I didn't think they would, and that sucked. I had to retire them earlier than I wanted to, partially because what would have happened is like I wouldn't be able to get them pierced again in the future if I left them for too long. I'm worried that I did leave them for too long, but it's caused some deformity. Get your fingers up there. What? Excuse me. What do you mean get your fingers up there? It's not like getting my fingers up there. It's like about like the commitment. I don't know. I like don't shower. I'm usually quite good about like taking care of. Bug meat. See if this works. If not, I still have the void mayonnaise. Like I like don't shower. I do shower. I do shower. Just not maybe as much as like a normal person would. Which is on sensory issues. Dotty wench manga stinky like. Excuse me! That looks French, but no thanks. Why do you have it? Don't you have it? That was a no. That was a bust. Am I being dumb? Wait, let me look it up. I don't smell, or at least I've been told I don't smell, but so water is expensive. Just saying. Okay, so I do have to give him void mayonnaise. Are you joking? Like, fine, whatever. Got an emote for that currently, you stinky. Stop. I get so self-conscious about it, but it's genuinely like something I really struggle with. Like, I mean, I don't feel the need to shower more than that. It's just like there is like a layer of fucking what do you call it? Like it's just a lot sensory wise. Showering in general. I struggle. We've talked about it in the past. It's not really something, yeah, but I shower on the dime. Like I will shower every Sunday and Thursday. That is my shower day. I will shower on those days every single without fail, and it's always an everything shower. Um, but it does mean that like I shave on Sundays, but I epilate and shave on Sundays, but I will still do the whole. I just won't epilate if that makes sense. Sniff, sniff. That smell. I can't resist. Give me that. Thanks. But hey, that you found the wizard's lost magic ink. Whoa. I shower like every other day. Can't shower too often. My my skin feels like moisturize me. Yeah, I mean I struggle with dry skin anyway. There's a lot of reasons why I don't shower like more than twice a week, and I know that a lot of people like have issue with me only showering twice a week. I just want to state that you know just be careful about how you talk to people about it because I get really self conscious because people are always like that's so gross, and it's like okay, well you're not exactly making me feel better. It's like realistically, showering for me is like a lot going on, right? So you have to get damp, which is something that I struggle with. And then you also have to kind of like soap up and that stuff. That takes time, and the temperature usually overwhelms me. Then it gets too humid, and that overwhelms me, and like all that stuff. And then on top of that, you have to be wet for quite a while and try and like get it all out, get all the like sudsty, and then your hair clings to you, and it's a whole thing. It's just like it's you're finding constantly like hairs everywhere. And when you got long hair, it's like a lot. And then your hair all falls out and it's terrible, right? And then you get out the shower and then you're damp and then you can't dry off properly. And then your skin is trying to hold on to whatever moisture it can because you have dry skin problems. So you just don't really like it, don't dry as quickly. And then fucking You then have to go and sit and dry your hair with a hairdryer, which vibrates, makes a loud ass noise and a lot of noise, and is fucking hot. You know, it's like there is a lot of sensory things, and it takes a lot of spoons for me to shower, which is why I cannot cope with doing it more than twice a week. Realistically, I will not be shamed into doing it more than twice a week. And I'm not saying anyone's doing that here, but I have had people try and do that in the past, and it's like, it's not something I'm doing. Like I'd shower if it was a hot day and I was sweating profusely, then yeah, I would shower more. But I also don't sweat very well, overheat a lot, because for some reason I just don't really sweat, which apparently is an autism thing. I don't regulate temperature very well. And there's a lot of reasons to it, but it's just a lot. Sorry. My big brother displayed nicely why too much showering isn't good either. Is it? Like, don't worry, we all have our own things. At some point, he showered like 4 to 6 times a day. What? That had some consequences other than high water costs. Yeah, that's another thing. Like high water costs in Cornwall, we only have one main water supplier, and they are a small town. And so it's a lot of money to shower regularly, especially if you live in a gas house, like a gas house. It's a lot of money, like shower. So there are reasons, but yeah. Skippity Maple Gasu, how's the Wackx? I'm good, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean, I genuinely, I wonder what happens if you shower that much. Like, that's excessive to me. And I think, like, to me, I find showering every single day excessive, but, you know, I don't judge. Because, like, you know, who am I to say I only shower twice a week? But it's like, genuinely, I'm always like, I can imagine showering more than once a day. Like if it's like a ridiculously hot, like dry, like season here in the UK, right? Which we do go through occasionally. Showering in a cold shower before going to bed is like the best thing you can do for yourself. And actually I find does a lot for me. And like I'll usually go over myself with a wet flannel after like a long day, maybe, like a hot day. But I don't sweat massively anyway, so it's just like I don't like, I just don't get it. I don't know. Also, I have like naturally frizzy, like curly hair, right? My hair is like it's kind of gone dead straight because I dye it so often, but like the roots and my fringe are really curly naturally, which means that if I go into any kind of humid environment or if I get my hair wet, and then don't dry it properly afterwards, it goes stupidly curly, which looks ridiculous when you've got emo bangs. And fucking, well, I don't think it does look ridiculous, but it looks ridiculous on me. And Jesus Christ, and it's just like, you know, so I don't really get how you're supposed to shower without getting your hair wet, and it's just like that's just a long ass like experience. I don't know. I can see your profile picture, lol. It's Skip Limited, and I was cable. Oh, okay. I needed something new. Fez. So you're still here. Welcome, welcome. Right, where are we at? Dark Shrine of Memory, the statue stares through you. Dark Shrine of Selfishness, the statue right through you. Dark Shrine of Night Terrors, the ancient magic seal of protection will be lifted, allowing monsters to appear on your farm at night. Make an offering of one strange bun. Why would I want that? Why would I want that, you know? Curse of the Countryside, a spellbook for the rural witch. Whoa. Whoa. Wait. They could get to each other this whole time? Are you kidding? Phyllis lives here, must really like to clean floor. I don't think that's what that's for. Probably be a bad idea to stick your tender arm in here. Oh, you found my ink. Excellent. Did you happen to see my ex-wife? No? Well, what about her house? Do you think she lives alone or? Actually, don't tell me. I don't want to know. You do want to know, though. Anyway, you must be wondering about your reward. Here. It's a book of summoning. The arcane potential is immense, but I'll make it simple for you. By using this book, you can summon magic buildings directly to your... I think you'll find it useful. What? Oh, I almost forgot to say it. Thank you. Yeah. Well, good enough attempt, lol. Right, what did I actually need to go to the witch's forest for? I can't remember. There was a reason, and I now don't remember that reason. But I also do. So, yeah, get some wood. Oh man. See my friend who I haven't spoken to in probably like a good year now is playing. Watch one jump out at me right now. Ah! Well, hey. Aww. Right. I think I am gonna end stream somewhat there because my body is hurting and my back is hurting. Right. And the next stream will, well, next Monday we'll go on to do more like that. Right. With that, guys. That. Yeah, it was a good time. Sorry that it was kind of like a bit all over the place in commentary. But yeah, there's all that, and that's all. I'm excited about how things are I'm just hopeful. I'm really hopeful now that things are gonna go like a bit better for life and stuff, and hopefully that I'll get like the help and support I need. Actually, get on with it life and get that I can then go on and do wonderful things, and we can start focusing on the streams again, and I don't have to worry about. I need the work thing to take care of itself. Anyway, guys. Yeah, I don't really know. I had fun today. It was good. It was a good stream. We got a little bit done on Stardew Valley. I mean, I'm not really too fussed about what I managed to complete and stuff on there. It's just kind of like we're just kind of going with it until I finish what I'm doing. Good luck, Jasper. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you, Adora. Thank you for joining us. I hope to see you again soon. Yeah. What was I saying? I don't remember. But I had fun today, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. I will hopefully have some more updates soon about some up, but we'll see. I've also I've got things. I got doings to do. Right, anyway, guys, with that, I will love and leave you. I think I will raid Mina. I'm not sure how many people though, so seconds. 3 people. Oh well. I'll probably just leave it there then. I've got to edit the VODs. Right. Anyway, guys, I will love and leave you then. I will see you all very, very soon. Wonderful day. Yeah, have a wonderful day. I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you for joining me. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.